So on the left here, you can see me. This is 2 years into dieting after following a million crash diets, not tracking anything, just being stupid with my diet. And so on the right is actually last year after years of following If It Fits Your Macros. And so I've been able to repeat these results for like the past couple of years. And it's all because of If It Fits Your Macros and tracking macros and making sure I'm in a caloric deficit. I'm not guessing or anything like that. I know I'm in a caloric deficit by tracking macros, and that's what I want to show you guys in this video. And so step number one is to calculate your calories and macros. Now what you want to do is go to the link in my description. It'll lead you to an If It Fits Your Macros calculator for free. There's a video on that page that'll show you exactly how to use it. However, it is pretty straightforward. All you want to do is enter your weight, your activity level, and what your fitness goal is, and it'll spew out the numbers, the calories and macros for you. And then it'll also divide your calories and macros into the number of meals you want to have per day. Now note that this is just a starting point. It is not 100% accurate, and we'll talk about what to do if these numbers aren't working for you or if they are, and how to adjust later on in a future step in this video. So we'll get to that. And so after this video, go ahead and go calculate your calories and macros, and then you can follow this entire video. So let's go on to step number two, which is creating your If It Fits Your Macros meal plan. Now I have an entire video going over this entire process step by step, which you can find linked down in the description or up here in the card. Now that video is very detailed, so make sure to follow that. Basically, you want to adjust your calories and macros based on your schedule and however many meals you want to have each day, or if you're following intermittent fasting, for example. So let's say you follow intermittent fasting, you like to have 3 meals a day, but you like to have 1 big meal at night and 2 smaller meals throughout the day. That's what I like to do. So you would do 25% of your calories and macros, put it to 1 meal, the other 25% to the other meal, and then for your big feast, you would take 50% of your calories. And that's basically how I do it. I like to have a big meal at the end of the night. That just satisfies me. It might not be the same for you. So depending on you and your schedule and your preferences, you will have to divide your meals depending on, again, your schedule and preferences. So make sure to do that, and also watch the video on how to create your entire meal plan based on If It Fits Your Macros. Now another note, contrary to popular belief, If It Fits Your Macros is not about eating Pop-Tarts and pizzas and donuts all day just because they fit your macros. It is more about eating 80% of your food should be from these nutritiously dense foods, okay? You don't want to be eating donuts, Oreos all day, because you're not going to be full, for one, and two, you're going to want to eat everything in the house afterwards. So a good If It Fits Your Macros meal plan consists of low calorie, high volume meals, filling in nutritious foods, high protein foods, and some treats here or there, right? That's a good If It Fits Your Macros meal plan. A bad If It Fits Your Macros meal plan consists of calories coming from all different sorts of places, like sugary drinks and stuff like that, or unfilling foods and high calorie, low volume meals, and then having treats all the time. That is a bad If It Fits Your Macros meal plan. You want to be the good If It Fits Your Macros meal plan, which is like the 80-20 rule, 80% from good food, 20% treats. That's the way you succeed with If It Fits Your Macro. In the description, there'll be a link for 4 sample meal plans that you can check out. They're all based around If It Fits Your Macros and intermittent fasting, so I'll leave those down below if you guys want to download those. Okay, and so step number 3 is to actually create your cardio and strength training routine. So to produce the results that I got with If It Fits Your Macros, I did the following. So 4 times a week, I strength train. So that I'm an intermediate, so I follow intermediate routine. We'll talk about what to do if you're a beginner soon. So 4 times a week, I strength train. 3 times a week, I do a light 3-mile jog. This is called low intensity steady state cardio. This is not like a full 3-mile fast sprint. This is just trying to run, burn some calories, nothing too intense, a 3-mile jog. That's 3 times a week. And then 1 time a week, I did a sprint style workout, which is high intensity interval training. Now this is what I did while following If It Fits Your Macros, and this is what I found to produce the best results. So if you want to follow a similar routine, I recommend you do that. And so let's quickly talk about your strength training recommendation. And so if you're a beginner, I cannot recommend these 2 books enough: Bigger, Leaner, Stronger if you're a man, or Thinner, Leaner, Stronger if you're a woman. And so these are the 2 best books and programs that I cannot recommend them enough if you're a beginner. If you are someone looking to get started and want to know everything about health, nutrition, strength training, and progressing properly as a beginner, then you want to follow Bigger, Leaner, Stronger or Thinner, Leaner, Stronger. I've made countless videos on my channel about this program, and I cannot recommend it enough. So if you are a beginner, look at Bigger, Leaner, Stronger or Thinner, Leaner, Stronger. I cannot recommend them enough. They are bestsellers for a reason. They have stellar reviews for a reason. They are amazing. So check those out. I'll leave those links in the description as well. Now, if you're an intermediate, there are options like Beyond Bigger, Leaner, Stronger. I've been following Kaizen training. So Omar Isuf, Barkwan, those guys, I've been following their programs, as well as getting coached by somebody. There are different options for intermediates depending on your fitness goal. So I would look into other options such as those guys. Like I said, you can look at Beyond Bigger, Leaner, Stronger, which is his intermediate program for men. Or you can look at Kaizen training and those guys for other intermediate programs. That's what I do. So make sure to check those out as well. And so let's talk about cardio really quick. So cardio recommendations while following if it fits your macros. And so as long as you can produce a calorie deficit, whether it be through your diet or through cardio or through both, you will lose weight. Now, cardio just helps speed up the process, but it is not necessary. When you calculate your calories and macros, that already puts you in a deficit without any cardio necessary. Now, if you do cardio, that's just gonna increase your deficit, meaning you'll lose weight faster. However, with cardio, you will want to eat more just because of the nature of cardio. So here's what I recommend. I recommend doing, especially while cutting, I recommend doing a combination of high intensity interval training and low intensity steady state cardio. I do 3 low intensity steady state cardio sessions and 1 HIIT style session. I find that works best for me and my training routine, because my training routine actually has a lot of squats and deadlifts, so I don't want to overtrain my legs by running. Now, my favorite form of cardio is running, so I know already that my legs are not going to be as recovered as someone who does like the bike or the Stairmaster. So I know that personally. I just love running so much that I want to do it. So depending on what form of cardio you do, I suggest following a similar routine. If you want to do more, do it. Just know that you are going to run into some recovery problems. So again, 3 low intensity steady state cardio sessions, about 30 minutes to an hour, and then 1 HIIT style session from like 15 to 25 minutes per week. Okay, and so step number 4 is to adjust based on what your calories and macros have produced for you in terms of your weight and your waist measurements. So every day, I want you to take your weight, okay? After you go into the bathroom, I want you to weigh yourself on your bathroom scale. And also once per week, I want you to take measurements of your waist with the tape measure. Really easy, just at the navel, which is the belly button, like right above the belly button. Just take your waist measurement once per week. You're gonna note down the number on your notepad or your notes app, whatever you want. And at the end of each week, so from Monday to Monday, you're gonna take those daily weigh-ins and you're gonna divide it by 7. This is how you get your weekly average for your weigh-ins, and you're gonna look at that number, the weekly average, and depending on these upcoming scenarios, you're gonna adjust accordingly. So scenario number 1 is if your weekly averages are going down, don't change a thing. You're doing great. It's obviously working. So your weekly averages are going down, you're good to go. Don't do anything, don't change anything, keep doing what you're doing. So scenario 2 is if your weekly averages are not going down, but your waist measurement is going down, this means that you are losing fat and building muscle at the same time, which is a cause for celebration. You should be patting yourself on the back because this is a great thing. You're losing fat and building muscle at the same time. So again, if your weight isn't going down, but your measurements are going down, your waist measurements, then you are obviously doing something right. So congrats on that. Now let's talk about scenario 3. And so if your weekly averages are not going down, obviously you're not doing something right. You may not be tracking correctly, or your calories and macros are too high for you. So what you want to do is lower your calories by 100 and recalculate your macros. Now you want to do this because obviously something's not working. If you're not tracking right, make sure you are. I have a full video on how to count macros for weight loss that I'll leave linked in the description below. Now, if you've been dieting for like 6 to 8 weeks and you've been seeing progress for those 6 to 8 weeks, but then you start to plateau, maybe it's time for a 1-week diet break. Now, I have an entire video on that as well. Essentially, you take a 1-week diet break at maintenance calories. So if you are dieting at 2,200 calories, but your maintenance calories are 2,800 calories, you would take 1 week at eating 2,800 calories per day, and then once that week is over, you go back down to your cutting calories and restart. This is just a good thing for a psychological break as well as a break for your body, just to get an increase in calories. I see it more as like a psychological thing. So every 6 to 8 weeks, I'll take a 1-week diet break. So I suggest you do the same if you want to see results with if it fits your macros. And that's pretty much it, you guys. If you follow these steps and you adjust accordingly, not too soon or not too late, and you actually pay attention to your calories and macros and track correctly and create your meal plan and follow a good strength training routine and cardio routine, all of these steps that I laid out in this video and all the recommendations that I laid out in this video, you will see results, I promise you. And if you have any questions at all, leave them in the comment section down below. I reply to all my comments, so do that. And so I also have a full book on if it fits your macros. If you guys want to check that out, that would be really appreciated. Also, leave a like, subscribe, comment down below if you have any questions, and I'll see you guys in the next video.